Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at the third-party Make Toys upgrade kit for the Year of the Snake Omega Supreme. And yes, this looks pretty cool from the box, I gotta say. It's basically an upgrade kit to take your Year of the Snake G1 painted Omega Supreme and make him more G1-y. Which is pretty cool stuff. So let's take a look at the box and see what comes in this thing. So first we have the Make Toys logo up here, CityBot Series. There he is in his base mode, I guess, G1 style base mode. We've got a picture of Omega over here with the extra parts, his wings on the back, his claw, which I can't remember if I've seen pictures with the actual G1 style claw. And then of course you've got the cannon up there, his wings on the back, some extra parts down there, and of course we have the Armageddon add-on kit, and lots of Japanese, Asian writing, Chinese maybe, some more cool writing up here. Top of the package, basically we've got similar kind of thing, the base, Make Toys. Side of the package, we have some of the parts, looking really cool. Definitely cool. Other side of the package. Again, more of the parts. Just kind of thrown on the side. Looking really nice. Definitely digging that. Bottom of the package. Again, looks kind of like the top. Not much of a difference there. And then back of the package. Wide shot. Again, some more Asian writing. And then some close-up pictures of the actual parts that make up everything, which is really cool. Looks like it's got some parts with some LEDs in it. Very nice, very cool stuff. The box is actually pretty heavy. I mean, this thing feels kind of like it could be a toy of its own, so that is a very promising start. So let's take a look at what you get in the package. Okay, so here's what you get out of the package. First off, you get the instruction sheet, which is in color. Looks really nice. Lots of parts. It looks relatively easy to put together. It's just a lot of little parts. Which, okay, sure. We'll figure it out. That is for sure. But yeah, so there's the instructions, and here are the actual parts themselves. Quality on the plastic is really nice. It's a nice firm plastic, which is cool. Now, I think the bronze paint they use actually goes really well with the figure. They look to have matched that really well. And of course, we get some nice clear plastic red parts, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, so let's get this out of the package and see how it looks on Omega in robot mode. Alright, so before we actually get the parts on, just a quick shot of Omega Supreme here. What he looks like before we actually put the parts onto him, and let's see what he looks like after. Alright, so here we have Omega Supreme with his upgrade kit and all of the LED lights, and wow! Yeah, I do like it. It really beefs up the figure. I think it looks really cool. I will say it takes forever to figure out how to put the backpack apart, or put together. Not apart, but to put together once you first do it. Once you get it done, it makes sense, but it's figuring things out, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, just kind of look at the figure himself. So here is the backpack of Doom. One of the cool things inside his little shoulder, you get a little chair for a crane operator, which that was kind of a nice little additive. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Not really necessary, but pretty cool. Now, a couple things I did notice from the package that you do not see. There are no pieces that clamp onto the shoulders that we saw on the packaging. Obviously, the claw is exactly the same, which is what I pretty much thought was the case. And then also, this was painted an orangey yellow color on the packaging, and it is gray here, which it doesn't really matter too much. Now, the bronze does match very well. Of course, he has an LED light for his gun piece there, which is very cool. You've got these leg cannons, which are a bit much. I'm kind of iffy on them. They're kind of cool. I do like the red LEDs. These white ones, the Canons, oh my god, those are piercing bright. Yeah, so amazingly piercing bright that I had to move them, I had to cock them so it didn't blind me while I was looking at it, which is kind of funny. Now, there are a couple things that I really do like. This is actually the end piece of the battleship that clamps off so that you can clamp this piece on there, and then you can make this a foot piece, which is kind of nice. It utilizes every piece of Omega Supreme, which is really cool. I'm going to turn the lights out a little and see if we can get a little better shot of all the glowing LEDs, and then we'll take a closer look at the robot himself. Alright, so here the lights are dimmed down a little, and as you can see, his LEDs are pretty nice. Yeah, it looks cool. I won't utilize it much in this mode. I won't use the LEDs, but it's nice that they did that. The one thing I will say, though, is on these leg pieces, the wires are exposed, and they actually go into joint pieces, which I don't know how long those will last. If you transform that too many times, I'm thinking wire's going to get crimped and bent, and then those are just going to stop working. So while it was a cool idea and the LEDs look nice, I just think it was really badly designed, to be honest with you. So let's get the LEDs off, and then we'll take a look at the detail of the parts on the figure itself. Alright, so again, looking at the design, I mean, the cannon piece is phenomenal. This looks completely molded on. They did a great job with that. I really do dig it. The cannons on the legs, again, they're okay. They just clamp onto one of the Optimus Prime ports. They're just there. It does add bulk to the figure, but it takes away from the G1 look. I do like how you can use the little end of the battleship as a foot piece. That was very, very cool. Again, we talked about the little crane additive. Now the back, we'll take a look at the backpack here. The backpack itself is kind of interesting. You need to take the rear doors off of Omega Supreme. So you got to split them in half, and you take these door pieces off. And they just pop off, and then you slide. There's a big component you slide in, and it clips onto, there you see it sticking out, it clips onto the back of these wings, which is kind of interesting. And then the extra bits, you just kind of, these little pieces snap onto the tracks, as does the pieces, let me spin it around here. So these pieces right here, they just snap onto the front. They click into place. Now, figuring out which track goes where was kind of interesting. You just kind of play with it a little bit. And then these two pieces actually separate, and you snap the track on and kind of close it all together. So once you do it once, it makes total sense. But looking at the instructions, it can be a little interesting to try to figure out for sure. But it definitely does improve the look. It gives it a much more G1 look. It's definitely cool. Is it $114 worth of cool? That's the question. This is definitely the way it's going to be posed on my shelf. It gives it a more G1 look. It gives it a heavy, heavy battle look, which is really cool. And it's still cheaper than that Genesis X, the third-party Fall of Cybertron, or War for Cybertron Omega Supreme, which, I mean, it's still $100 cheaper to get this figure and the add-on kit. So, money-wise, if you're wanting an Omega Supreme, I think really this is probably the way to go. Let's look at the city mode and see what we think about that. Alright, so here we have Omega Supreme in his base or city mode, as they call it. And it actually looks pretty decent. It's a lot better than the truck crane mode thing alone by itself. Just to look at it, it is very, very tall. Basically, your battleship becomes the rocket. Yeah, kind of cool. Oh, looks like I forgot to flip up a panel for Omega. That's okay. Yeah, so essentially the base piece down here, they all kind of snap together. You get the lasers, kind of, I don't know if they're just lights that are supposed to shine up onto the city, or if they're supposed to be laser cannons. You got your holsters for the rocket, itself, which is kind of cool, and then it just snaps into the base down there. Now, I did notice the issue I had on these boxes down here that the connecting pieces go onto. This one snaps onto port exactly where it's supposed to over there. This one, however, has an issue. So it just was easier to sit them onto the base itself. I'm not sure what the deal was. It was like this piece wasn't big enough to snap. The blue piece wasn't big enough for the black one to snap into. And I tried all the different boxes and I had the same result. So not sure what the deal is with that. If you do know, let me know. Now he does have his track on the back, which actually is kind of cool because this rolls on it, which is really nice. His left arm piece snugly fits into here really, really well. I was very impressed with that. And then, let me pull this back a little bit. Then this kind of flips open and your little station, so your little guy can sit on it and operate the truck crane thing. That opens up, and which is kind of cool. That part actually serves a purpose. I'm just impressed that thing rolls on there. I am really, really impressed with that. I like that. I don't know why. It's just fun. And then you've got some extra storage boxes. You can leave them open or you could close them, whatever you want to do with them. Yeah, so overall, I'm actually very, very impressed with it. I think it looks cool. It is big. It's probably not quite on the scale of Metroplex, I would say, but it is definitely large. It is definitely cool. It is a great update to a G1 Optima or Omega Supreme. I think it just looks really darn cool. So overall, is it worth the $114? I suppose, to be honest with you, I would rather it be $100. I think that would be a better price than the $114. But I will say that even though you're paying $100, $114 for this set, and you're paying $100 for the Omega Supreme, it's worth it. It's still better than, I think, the Genesis third-party figure. I don't know. I like this better. I just do. and it's $100 cheaper. So there he is, the Armageddon upgrade kit for the Year of the Snake Omega Supreme. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, thumbs it up. If you hated it, thumbs it down. Definitely share my videos and subscribe. And as always, look for more videos in the future.